if you would just like Google search situationship right now, there'd be all these like relationship coaches who had wrote some little article in some lame website like, here's what a situationship is. And I bet you anything, 90% of them would criticize that situationships are bad, and their rationale would be that a true committed relationship is the best, but these days people are refusing to commit because of dating apps, and there's too many options, and people are non-committal. And I would bet there's an assumption in all these articles that situationships are bad and are kind of immature, and that people really need to like grow up, get mature, commit, and be in long-term relationships. I bet you anything, all the articles would say that. And I bet most people who think they're kind of like the mature ones or whatever would sort of believe that that's true. So I kind of want to say that to put, there's like landmarks in our discussion, and that's one important landmark to it. And let me sort of speak to that. Here's why. I'm not saying they're wrong, and I'm not saying there's no truth to that, but I think here's this really important thing that they're missing, is that the relationship you're supposed to be in right now is this thing that was invented super recently in human history, where you're supposed to combine what marriage was for hundreds of years, which it was like a social, financial, church, religious-based contract that was like kind of created by the church and other sort of capitalistic systems that worked good for like furthering, a country's like economic well-being. That thing, which was like, it was like an arranged marriage where families would put two young people together because it worked well for like the social system. People like 50-ish years ago or 80, 100 years ago thought, oh, we could just take that marriage thing and combine it with this weird thing called falling in love and put those two things together, and then it'll be perfect and they're soulmates and they'll live happily ever after. And so that happened, and it didn't happen because some brilliant relationship scientific geniuses drew out a bunch of mathematical equations and formulas and decided this is the best way to have a relationship. No, that's not what happened. It's just like it happened super unconsciously, and everyone foolishly and naively believed that, oh yeah, that's the thing, the soulmates meet and they fall in love and they live happily ever after starting when they're 22. And everyone believes in that thing, and they think that's the gold standard, and that everyone needs to do that, and anyone who's not doing it is like immature or missing the boat.
Okay.
So that assumption is super pervasive, but no one realizes that they're making that assumption. And that's the problem with this critique of situationships.
Okay, I like your critique, and it still leaves a giant vacancy for what the hell is the next. Like, should we all just be in a situationship? I've been in situationships for 10 years now. Every single one of my past relationships after I was married have just been one situation after the other, and I'm refusing to get married again because of there's a couple key parts of the contract that I'm not down with right now.
Enter the Freud.